Hey guys, so today is November 19th. I'm currently at home. I'm supposed to be at home. I'm supposed to be at work because, today's Sunday and I work on weekends and whatever. But so today I'm just going to talk to you guys about something that happened yesterday and let you guys know why I'm not at work today. Um, so Oh, and if you hear a lot of kids in the background, I got my kids and my sister's kids, so I got like 10 kids in all right now. Is it 10? Yeah, it's 10. So yesterday I was at work, and around like 4 o'clock, did I use the bathroom that morning? I think I did. I think I did use the bathroom that morning, but anyway. So at 4 o'clock I used the bathroom, and when I went to the bathroom, I wiped myself and I had like a lot of blood on the tissue. It was a lot of bright red blood with some little blood clots on there. And I was looking at it, I'm just like, okay, maybe cause I got hemorrhoids. Okay, that's a common in pregnancy, but I do have hemorrhoids. But on yesterday, my hemorrhoids was not messing with me. My hemorrhoids don't really mess with me till like the last few months, last few weeks, I'm pregnant, but it wasn't itching, burning, nothing. I wasn't straining to use the bathroom or nothing. So, so it wasn't really bothering me. So I wasn't in no type of pain. So, but when I say the blood, I'm like, okay, well, the hemorrhoid must have burst. You know what I'm saying? It had to have burst or whatever. But it was a lot, and to the point where I got up. When I got up from after I wiped myself, it was a lot in the toilet. So I'm like, okay, I never had this happen before, so I'm just gonna call. The first person you call is your mama. So I just, called my mama. I'm like, Mom, you know, such and such is how much blood was on there, da 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 da, stuff like that. And she was just like, that's normal. It happens when your hemorrhoids burst. It's just stopping like 3 to 5 minutes. Just lay down, or well, even though I was at work, I couldn't really lay down, but chill out and just wait. It's just stop bleeding. So I'm like, okay, cool. So the day went on. I wasn't in no pain. I was in no pain at all, you guys, none. So I was thinking that's enough of it. So I did what I had to do at work. I was with my clients. We went out. We went to Walmart. We walked around. Okay, and all that other stuff. I had cleaned up. Now, I didn't. Well, yeah, we cleaned up the kitchen and the bathroom. I swept the living room and the dining room around 10. Because around 10 o'clock when I'm finna get off work is when I started sweeping and mopping. Now, um, what happens at at 10 o'clock when I'm finna start mopping? um I had to use the bathroom again, so I went to the bathroom and I wiped myself again, and I was still bleeding. I was still bleeding, but it was way more blood, and I was like, okay, this is not normal because this is supposed to stop. So I'm thinking, some it must have really burst, or it must be that one hemorrhoid must have had a lot of vessels in it or something. I was probably bleeding out, something like that. So what I did was I got up. It was a whole bunch of blood in the toilet. I'm like, okay, I'm finna call it. I need to call somebody. I need to call the nurse. So, cause again, I'm in my head. I'm thinking, okay, you know, it's not really a big deal. I can just wait till I get off work to go to to go to the emergency room. Even though I was really thinking about going to bed, house to sleep in his bed, but whatever. I said, okay, I can wait until 11 o'clock. I only got an hour. I can wait. But I still called the nurse to see if it was something that I needed to go to the hospital for. So I went in the living room. I sat on the couch. I called the nurse. And I let her know, I have hemorrhoids and I think it burst, and you know, I'm bleeding bright red blood and I'm passing little blood clots, and but I'm not in no pain. And and I need to know, should I go to the hospital or not? Is it something serious that I need to go to the hospital or not, or is it just going to, stop by itself? And then the nurse just started talking to me about, Have I ever had complicated pregnancies? Have I ever had a preterm baby? I'm just like, no. And because I'm like confused, like, okay, I'm telling you about hemorrhoids and you talking to me about the baby. She asked me, was the baby kicking? Did I feel the baby today? I'm like, yeah, the baby been kicking all day. He's been kicking all day. He been kicking up a storm. And, my own finger just scared me. And, we be kicking up a storm, so I'm kind of confused. Like, what does my butt have to do with my vagina? Like, what does that have to do with the baby? Like, what? So she was like, well, I understand you saying that it's hemorrhoids, but, you're bleeding a lot. You need to go to the hospital and get it checked out. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now, while I'm on the phone with her, I can feel wetness under me. I can feel wetness in the creases because it's really, I feel that it's in the creases. And I get real moist. You ever, I don't know, like, how when your period come on and you just feel wetness? That's what it felt like. Hold on. So anyway, so I felt wetness and whatever. And I got up from the couch. And on the couch, I seen like little smears of moisture on the couch. So I felt the back of my pants and it was wet. And when I went into the bathroom, I saw that the blood was coming through my clothes. So it was coming through my clothes, and so I was just like, okay, maybe I need to hurry up and go because, this much it should like, yeah, I didn't want to bleed all over the place and none of that stuff. So I went back in the living room. I wiped down the couch, with disinfectant and stuff. I wiped it down. And then I clocked out. I immediately clocked out and I sat in the car and I called the person that was supposed to relieve me. I'm like, are you on your way? I need to go to the emergency room. Like, I need to go like real quick. And she was like, yeah, she's on her way. Now, because my clients was asleep, I did think about just leaving to go check on my child or to, well, even though, well, I didn't really think it was that serious because I'm still thinking, it was a hemorrhoid, but it was a possibility. I'm just like, okay, maybe I bleed out too bad, something happened to my baby, or if she put that much pressure on me, that I'm gonna stop bleeding out, stuff like that. So that's the panic that I had in my head. I wasn't really thinking about was the baby okay because I really felt like it was my hemorrhoid. So I sat in the car. I waited till my relief came. As soon as she came, I pulled out. I went to the ER. I went in the ER and I told them I was bleeding. And she was like, "Are you pregnant?" I said, "Yes." And she asked me all these questions. She told me to have a seat. Somebody from L&D was gonna come get me. Now it took L&D like 40 minutes to come downstairs to take me upstairs. Like I could have walked up there. Like I really could have walked up there. But whatever. That kind of pissed me off. But I don't understand why the hell it takes so long to to find a wheelchair. I don't understand. But like, what if I was bleeding to death or something? Y'all just would have let me die, or what if something was really wrong with my baby? Would y'all just let him die? Like, come on now. Like, y'all gotta get that together. But anyway, the dude finally came downstairs and he took me upstairs and he was like, they asked the question, "Oh, you finna have a baby?" I'm like, "No, I got like 16 more weeks to go." So I got to my room and the nurse was like, "What's going on? Tell me what brings you in here today." I'm like, "Okay, I'm bleeding. I think I had hemorrhoids and I think one of my hemorrhoids burst and I'm bleeding very heavy. It's bright red and I'm passing blood clots and I just don't understand why my hemorrhoid is still bleeding." And then she started asking me about have I ever had a complicated pregnancy? Was the baby preterm? Have I felt the baby kick? I'm like, yes, he's been kicking all day. Again, I'm kind of confused. Like, what does my hemorrhoid have to do with my stomach? What have to do with my vagina? What have to do with anything? What have to do with my baby? Why y'all keep asking me this? So she was like, okay, I'm reassured. I'm feeling reassured. If you're saying the baby kicked out day, I'm like, ma'am, it's just hemorrhoids, Like, it's nothing. She was like, okay, well, go change in your gown and come back in here and lay down. I went into the bathroom, y'all, and and when I took my pants off, it was blood all in my pants. It was blood all in my pants. So, which made me think like, okay, this could be serious. Cause if I was bleeding from my butt, it would be behind me. See, from and the blood would be behind me. But you know how if you ever had an incident with a period, it don't really come on your butt like that, but it'll come in the middle and then work its way up. But mine was mainly I only had like spots in the back, but I had a lot in the middle of my pants and some in the front. So I'm like, okay, maybe I am something wrong, something like that. Then I started worrying just a little bit, because I don't like worrying and it could be nothing. So then I started worrying and whatever. But soon, okay, so I got in the bed. She put the monitor on me, both of them, and she saw the baby heartbeat. She saw the baby he was kicking, he was moving everywhere, y'all, just moving. Like, do you go to sleep? Like, yeah, I'm talking about you. Like, do you go to sleep? Do you what? Why are you moving so much? Well, yeah, he was just moving everywhere, y'all. So she was like, okay, I'm relaxed now because I feel your baby. I see your baby is okay. So, what's going to happen is the doctor is going to. It was my favorite doctor too, that was on call. So my doctor was going to come in, and she said the doctor's going to want me to have an ultrasound, and then he's going to do a pelvic exam. So I said okay. So the doctor came in. He said he wanted to do an ultrasound, then he's going to do a pelvic exam. So I said all right. The lady from ultrasound came in, and she was like, okay, what's going on? I told her I was bleeding. I was bleeding, and she was like, have you had any pain? I'm like, no. She was like, okay, that doesn't sound right. Like, there's no pain. I'm like, no, there's no pain. I'm not in pain, nothing. Have you been feeling the baby move? I said, yes. He's been moving all day. She was like, okay. Well, let's go see what's going on. She looked at my stomach. Everything was fine. The baby was fine. He had enough fluids. He was in there kicking, moving around. My cervix was still closed. Everything. So that was fine. So she was just like, I don't know. She was like, I don't understand why you're bleeding, but everything is cool. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I was already asleep, so I went back to sleep. So I woke up. The doctor came in. He did he did the speculum exam, and as soon as he looked in, he said, okay, she needs antibiotics. So I'm like, what? Like, is it for an infection? I don't understand. What, did I stop bleeding? What's going on? So he was like, okay, well, I'm going to give you antibiotics. You can go home. I was like, because I had to go to work in a few hours from then. It was like 2 in the morning. I had to be at work at 7. So, like, so can I go to work? He was like, no, I cannot go to work. He was like, come see me Monday or Tuesday, and we'll see what's going on. So I was like, okay. So I got dressed. The nurse came back in. She handed me my papers. And she was like, okay, you got to stay off work till Tuesday. Because I don't know if you're going to go to the doctor Monday or Tuesday. She said, stay off work till Tuesday, even though I don't really work during the week. So it really didn't really bother me. But I did miss work today, which kind of bothered me because I don't like missing money. But anyway, so she handed me my papers, and I just asked her, I said, so why am I bleeding? She was like, okay, well, what happening is your cervix. So the nurse, she told me that what happens is when you're pregnant, my body, thank you. My body, when you're pregnant, your body produces a lot of blood. You have extra volume of blood and extra blood pumping in your body, and I have a lot of blood in my cervix. And since the baby is pressing down on my cervix, it makes like more blood. So what had happened was I have an infection, and it's really irritating my cervix to the point where it started bleeding. And see, like, it could either be an STI or it could be any type of bacteria in my cervix that could be irritating it and causing it to bleed. And I'm like, okay, it can't be it's STI because I only been with one person, And you know how in the beginning of your pregnancy they give you an STD test or an STI test to make sure you're fine or whatever before you deliver? Well, yeah, all that came out negative. So it had to be some type of bacteria. She was like, yeah, it can be any bacteria, be irritating your cervix. The cervix is very sensitive. So I have to take, well, now I have to take my antibiotic pills every 12 hours. I think it's for 7 days, I believe. I have to take those, and that's about it. I'm going to go see him tomorrow. I have stopped bleeding, so I'm not bleeding no more. But yeah, but that's what happened. But pretty much, I know when I had looked it up and saw that. Well, first of all, I had looked up. You know how y'all go on Google. But anyway, I had looked up and I seen it was some moms out there that was bleeding and don't know the cause of their bleeding. But okay, so this is maybe one of the causes of your bleeding. And yes, it does stop. So go to the doctor and tell them to check for an infection or tell them to give you some antibiotics until the test results come back. My cervix was just having an infection. Um and the baby's fine, he's still in there. Still in there. Chilling. I need to talk to my baby daddy about this infection. So yeah, that's about it. That's all that happened to me yesterday. Still in the bed. I'm finna get ready and cook these kids something to eat. I'm pretty sure I told y'all that not only do I have my kids, I got my sister's kids. So, but they finna go home because it's a school night. I don't play about that. But yeah, so I guess it's gonna be my vlog for the day, talking vlog. What happened since I didn't have to go to work. So I guess I will end this vlog here, and I will talk to you guys in the morning tomorrow. You guys have a good night or a blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.